In this video, we'll introduce ordinary annuities and how to find the future value of an ordinary annuity. Now, an example of an ordinary annuity is, let's say if you're making monthly payments at the end of each month for 12 years of an equal amount, let's say of $100 into a savings account, giving you let's say 6%, yeah, that would be nice nowadays, 6% annual interest compounded monthly. And you want to know how much would there be in 5 years. Now that would be an example of an ordinary annuity. Now another example of an annuity is when you win the lottery, you have a choice. You could either get this cash value, which is all of the money at once, a lump sum, or they could pay you equal monthly payments for, I think it's like 20 years. Now that would be another example of an annuity. Now just so you know, an ordinary annuity is when you pay the payments at the end of each period, while an annuity due, which will be discussed in another video, is when you make the payments at the beginning of each period. Now the formula for the future value, let's call it S, of an ordinary annuity used to accumulate funds is given by the formula S equals to R, where R is the payment at the end of each period, times the quantity 1 plus I, where I is the interest per period. Now remember, another way to think about I, it's equal to the annual interest rate divided by the number of times compounded per year, so that was the R over M. That raised to the N, or N is the total number of periods. Another way to think about N is that's the number of times compounded in 1 year times the number of years, so that would be M times T. That minus 1 divided by I. Well, let's look at an example. Let's say you're to find the future value of an ordinary annuity with payments of $1,200 with 8% interest compounded quarterly, so you're going to be making quarterly payments as well for 10 years. So what this is saying is, okay, let's say if every 3 months we're depositing $1,200 into this account, which pays us 8% interest compounded quarterly. Again, we're making the payments at the end of the quarter for 10 years, and we want to know how much will be in the account after 10 years. So what this tells us that capital R, the payment amount is $1,200, our annual interest rate is 0.08, M is equal to 4 because it's compounded quarterly, and T is equal to 10. So this means that the interest per period will actually be the 0.08 divided by 4, which would be 0.02, and the total number of periods would be 4 times 10, so there would be 40 periods altogether. So plugging this into the formula, we get S equals to 1,200 times the quantity 1 plus 0.02 raised to the 40 minus 1 all over the 0.02. And now we'd add the 1 plus the 0.02, so we have 1.02 raised to the 40th minus 1, divide that by 0.02, and then multiply that by the 1,200 using a calculator. We'd get approximately 72,482.37982. So rounding this to 2 decimal places, we get the amount that would be in this account. The future value would be $72,482.80.